Alright guys, in this episode, let's get that old rusty inner cab corner, let's get that thing out of there and make this thing look good. How about that? Show you guys real quick how not to fix rust. Look there. See it up here? I ain't gonna do nothing. Quit bondoing up rust holes like that. It ain't gonna last, guys. Oh, that was on there, wasn't it? Shoot, yeah. If you got rust like that, Bondo ain't gonna cut it, guys. That's fiberglass what they had in there. That's what it'll do. It'll just fall out. Why? Because that rust is still alive. It's eating that metal, and it'll continue to eat that metal. You put Bondo in there, oh, it'll seal it up. It'll look good. You can blend it all out. Hell, fire. We're cooking now. 2 or 3 years down the road, if that, it'll start cracking. Why? Because that rust is just eating on by, and the paint will go with it. And next thing you know, this is all opened up again. You didn't do nothing but waste your time and your money. I understand you got to get it going to make it look good, but it ain't worth it, guys. Just, if anything, hell, just cut it right here and put a flat piece of metal in. Something. But I'm just telling you, I've done it before. I know it ain't going to hold. Body work will not work on them rust holes like that. It will for a little while. Anyhow, let's take us some measurements from here up. Good metal up under here. We're gonna put our new piece. We're gonna cut our new piece and weld our new bottom to our old top up in here. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to take some measurements from right here up about 6.5 inches, and that's where we're going to cut ours. Clean all this scale off, and we're good to go. Make a mark. I'm struggling. Got a couple lines there. Let's get a straight edge. I'm glad to finally be getting to this. I'm tired of this cap corner, and guess what? We got to do another. Right above that spot weld. Pecker, yeah. Alright, there's a line. We're going to cut it. We're going to drill out these spot welds here. That should be it, because we're going underneath there. We'll cut it right through here, drill out these spot welds right here. And that old rusty piece fall off there. What we're going to be using to cut that with, or we're going to try to cut that with. Let's see how this goes. Is this old fancy thing? No, I ain't nothing fancy about it. Just damn sawzall. But it does. Well, never mind. I thought it had a Milwaukee blade in it. It's got a Lennox. Let's see how horrible this goes. See, the body's right here, bottom of the floor, so I don't want to get too aggressive. That gives me just enough to weld that up without getting in the way here. This is going to be fun right here. Let's cut this piece here off, I reckon. I don't know if I want to do that. I don't want to do that. Just, yeah. Let's look under there and make sure we ain't causing more work. I ain't hitting it. I think we got it. I tell you what, them things right there will flog you to death if you don't hang on to them. I got a shorter blade, but we don't do nothing like we should around here. Let's make us a punch here on these spot welds so we can them spot welds drilled out. Let's take a spring-loaded punch right here. Try to find the center of that spot weld. Makes a couple spots in there. That other spot weld's right here. Sometimes these things are hard to find. It's right there. Okay. Yeah, why not? If I were to just put one way back there, why hell not? They gonna make us work for it, that's for sure. I think that's all of them. Let's get our drill here. I always like to put a little drill bit on first and then kind of step up. I don't like going all the way through. Sometimes you do. We'll see what happens. If you do, just weld it up. They make them fancy spot weld drills, but that's just something else I got to keep up with. So if you go through, weld it up. Let's see, I don't know. Let's step it up maybe. Right there, pick and choose. Step it up one more time and see what we got. This in here is the size of the hole, or the spot weld. Let's see if we can get that to separate. What I'm going to do, it's got a little bit of seam sealer running down that too. Let's get our hammer do a little bit of persuade in here. Mr. Persuader. He really don't take no shit. It goes his way or no way, really. Ta-da! It's hard to get all that spot weld. Reason why I didn't want to cut that up through there a second ago with that sawzall is I like to keep the whole piece together, and I'll bend all this back out just in case we need it for a template. We'll fix all that, you know, beat it back down, straighten all this out with a hammer. This is junk now, we don't need it, but to do test fitting and stuff and to be able to cut our new panel down, this is what we're going to use. So try to save your bad pieces if you can. I'll show you what we got there. See my mark there? Got a little cattywampus. It's okay, we can straighten all this up. Straighten all of it. Now that's good. At least this right here ain't all rotten and stuff. You know, a lot of that stuff you're seeing falling off is seam sealer. Alright guys, got everything cleaned up here. All cleaned up in there. Had to weld this up here. Got that pretty cleaned up in there. Still got to do a little work here. But we can go ahead and weld that piece on. Now what I've done here is I got my new inner cap corner clamped down to the table. And all I did was I measured this. This is all we need. And then cut this piece here off and just set it on there. Lined it up with the bottom, and that's where we're going to cut. I'm going to cut a little light. I don't want to want to leave a little bit of extra, not much, maybe just a little, just in case we need to trim it down. But what we're going to do is we're going to sit here and we're going to cut this off with a Ziz wheel, because the only bit we need is this piece right here, and we'll weld this piece onto the truck. Got to get your safety glasses and your hearing protection. Let's see if we can get this cut off here. Let's take it off and see how she fits. Heck yeah. Need to trim a little bit off that corner right there. Yeah, it's a little high on that corner. Let's do that real fast. little bit high on that corner right there. But other than that, see, it needs to go up there about like that. Heck to the yeah, we'll be able to weld that on there good. Alright, what we got here, it's got the panel. We've got to drill some holes in this corner here, or on this side. And we're going to be able to pop a welder edge right here and weld to the truck. Let's go ahead and put some marks in there, some pilot holes. Let's pop a couple holes in this. Well, I got out of that without breaking the damn bit. I'm bad for that. Let's open her up a little bit. Alrighty. So we got to get these burrs out of here. Alrighty. Just spot welds, guys. That's all we need them for. Let's get this. See if we can get this clamped on here. Making sure we don't have no burr hanging out here on the ice in them. And what we're going to be using is simple old welding clamps. These things are a lifesaver when you don't have enough hands. Let's tighten it down. Come through this way with it. On this one. Making sure you got it. There you go. Put one more in there. There we go. Yeah. Got it held up there. That don't look too shabby. That looks pretty good. See right there, I'll be put them holes in there if you didn't know. That way we can weld straight through these holes and weld it to this piece here. Just a couple spot welds, and then we're going to take and butt weld it in all the way down there. We'll come through and put some tacks through here, here, and here. Then we'll take these off. Now let's get the other patch panel and make sure that the bottom of our other cap corner lines up with this here. If we did all our measurements right, it should. Let's find out. Now remember, we're going to take and cut this patch panel here down. We'll take this top part here off. We're going to need, well, you see this much here. But I just want to make sure that the bottom here lines up with the bottom of this. It looks pretty good. Test fit after test fit after test fit. I tell you what, that's fitting pretty good. I think that's gonna work, guys. That looks pretty doggone good. Now, what we're doing is just making sure that when we weld this puppy on here, that it goes and goes the way we want it to. I don't know though, that fits so good right there. And I tell you what, yes sir. Let's get the welder out. Make sure we got everything where it wants to be. Make sure everything's flush. Man, you couldn't really asked for a better fit there. We've got us some vice grips here, pinching that down there. I need to check and make sure that it's level here. Oh yeah, we are good. Good to go there. So the panel's good and level. We're clamped down. Let's put the ground on it and get some welds on this thing here. Clamps out here and get the rocking and rolling on this thing. Oh, you gonna be one of them. Yep. You're gonna be one of them. Metal gets hot, swells up. And pinch these clamps in between your stuff there. put a couple more welds in it. I'll show you what we got. We got that welded up there. I had to grind everything down with my, what you call it, die grinder bits, because the grinder I got won't fit in there. That's alright. They don't need to be super pretty. But what we got to do now before I do anything else to it is I got to flip it over on its back, and we're going to weld it from the back side too. And that's what we'll do. Get everything cleaned up, and then I'll show you how we flip this thing over. And we'll weld it up from the back side and see what we're working with then. But it's on there. She ain't going nowhere. Alright guys, let's get this truck flipped over on its back. The only way I know how to do it. I sure as hell can't pick it up. There you have it. So I want to come through and weld it right through here, right across the back. For the most part, the weld penetrated all the way through, and that's good. But the spots where I can still see the gap a little bit, I'm gonna we'll go ahead and weld that on up. So let's get the welder out and weld this back half up here, and we should be good to go on this here. Alright, let's get the grinder out and knock it down. I'm going to have to fix that area right there. Finally got that welder to settle down, but it's spitting and sputtering like no other. I think it's that damn new welding wire or something. Typically it does really good. It did good back there, other than it spitting and sputtering, but up here, damn globbed up, hell wouldn't have it. It's alright, we can fix it. Alrighty guys, got her welded up and grinded down there. Got a little bit more work to do on it, but it's coming out good. Need to flip it back up and check that front side, but all in all, we're almost finished with this bad boy here. That old $100 Harbor Freight welder. I don't know if it was the dirty metal up top or what, or maybe that kind of welding wire I put in it, but it wouldn't have it on that piece. But we got it ground down, smoothed out. I don't want to cut all the weld down on it. Have a little bit of something to hold on to it. But yeah, let's get it flipped back up on its bottom. Check that front side, and we'll be able to start coating that thing and painting it. Especially on that front side. I ain't too worried about this back. But, yeah, we'll get that thing coated and painted. Let's get this old truck flipped back on its belly here. Yeah, we are good to go now. So we got this here all welded up. What we're going to do now is I'll clean this up here a little bit. And then, I don't know if I'm going to show you guys. Hell, I might. We're going to go ahead and put some of that OSPO on here and get this thing painted up and in here. Get it primered. get it primered and painted and treated with that rust stuff. And we're gonna start buttoning this thing up. This is a done job. Good to go. So as you can see, we got her welded on the front side and the back, all the way across. And then we got her spot welded down through here, and that's really all the factory had. Alright guys, let's go ahead and put some of this OSPO on here. Now I done put some up and under there. It was hard to do holding the camera. I done went ahead and got it way up and under there real good, and I also got it on the back side of this here. So we'll go ahead and get this metal treated here for tonight, and we'll wait 24 hours and we'll come out here and start primer and painting. You can see I just dumped a little bit in a cup there, not much at all. Again, probably way too much. And yeah, we'll go ahead and get this brushed on there, get this metal treated. And get this thing ready to be sealed up. You can see I had to grind that down right there. A little further than what I like. I usually like to leave a little bit of weld, but I had to grind it down to where this piece here, this upper piece, because our outer has to go on here. But I left that under there a little high. Left a little meat on the bone there. But even down here on the naked bare metal, we still want to put this stuff, because we don't want this rusting ever again. Alright, let's put some primer on this. Now I've done got up and in here off camera, and I done wiped everything down with our wax and grease remover, and I got pretty much back here and up in there where it's hard to get. I did that off camera, but we ain't doing nothing special, just putting paint on. Paint covers really good with that OSPO stuff on it. Alrighty guys, went ahead and put the black on there, and here is the finished product. So I think it turned out really nice. So we've got that rocker panel end finished and looking good in there. And we've got our new inner cap corner on there. And she is looking fine. Yep, a little bit of time and TLC, and she is coming back around. I went ahead and painted off camera. All we had to do is just put the black on it. Yeah, I think it is turning out good. And it is on there, ready to rock and roll. There you have it, guys. We are one step closer to having this cap corner job done. Other than a few welder malfunctions, which were mainly my fault, this job turned out great. And with the OSPO brush treatment, 2 coats of primer, 3 coats of paint, we're ensuring this old 69 Ford truck will be in the family for many, many more years. I would like to thank everybody for watching and to tune into our next video where we button up this job with the outer cab corner. And remember, guys, I'm not a professional at any of this stuff. So if I can do it, I know you can too. As always, my name is Stacy, and this is Dirt 4 Garage 79.